Hello guys, this is Cameron from Yu-Gi-Oh! Warriors, and today I'll be doing a deck profile on my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. So, I have this deck, and I have this other deck. This deck is kind of a combination of Blue Eyes along with Dark Magician, but I'll be focusing on this deck I call Blue Crusher. I apologize if I confused you with that just a little bit. I know that possibly could have been confusing, but we're just going to focus on this deck profile of this deck. So, I'm going to start off with, telling the monsters and stuff, and then I'll explain more on the cards then. So I have 3 Alexandria Dragons, 3 Boys White Dragons, 3 Luster Dragons, 1 Blaster Dragon Ruler of Infernos, 3 Elemental Hero Prismas, 2 Galaxy Ice Photon Dragons, 1 Honest, 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, 1 Red Ox Dragon Ruler of Boulders, 1 Rescue Rabbit, 1 Tempest Dragon Ruler of Storms, and 3 White Stone of Legends. Now, that's for the monsters, and for the spells, I have 2 A Wing Beat of a Giant Dragon, a Burial from a Different Dimension, 1 Dark Hole, 3 Dragon Shrines, 2 Dragon Mirrors, 3 E Emergency Calls, 1 Foolish Burial, 2 Photon Sanctuaries, 2 Polymerizations for the spells, and for the traps, 2 Phoenix Chains, 2 Mirror Forces, and 1 Solemn Warning. That's all for the main deck. For the extra deck, I have 2 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons, 2 5-Headed Dragons, 2 Azure Silver Dragons, 2 Stardust Dragons, or not, excuse me, 1 Stardust Dragon, 2 Daigusto Emeralds, 2 Mecha Fanta Beast Draco Sacks, 2 Thunder and Dragons, and 2 Queen Dragon Jin. So, I know this kind of possibly is confusing as well. I know I kind of didn't even know what I was making when I built this deck. This deck works about 80% of the time. Sometimes it can all just be screwed up by one move. So this one time, excuse me, I had all these dragons in my graveyard, and I had Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon on the field, and I banished Red Ox to get him on the field, and then I activated a Wing Beat, but then I realized I could have summoned Red Ox, then activated Wing Beat, got him back in my hand, and then special summoned him back up again. But I didn't do that. I kind of screwed up, and the guy pointed out to me in chat. I'm just like, oh, well, you see, I was stupid. So yeah, so you kind of have to be cautious as well because of this Wing Beat of a Giant Dragon. It does send it back into your hand, so unless you have a good setup with your monsters, and if you have good traps in your hand, because you don't, with this deck, you're not going to be trapping too much, obviously, because I have very minimal traps. I only have 5 traps. So now we'll just get to the explaining of the deck. So obviously you're going to want to have 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons for your Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons. Then you're going to want to have 3 Alexandria Dragons. So what I mainly do, I combo this with Prisma. So if I have one of the Dragon Rulers in my hand, what I like to do is, let's say I have a dragon in my graveyard as well, or Dragon Shrine. What I like to do is Prisma, then use special ability and get 5-Headed Dragon, and then I'll get rid of, let's say, Alexandria Dragon or Luster Dragon. And then I can Dragon Shrine, and then I can try to special summon out one of the Dragon Rulers on the field. I mainly have these cards out on the field mainly for this card, Draco Sack, and that's really why I have those in there. Or if I can get lucky and get Stardust Dragon on the field by using White Stone Legend. But White Stone Legend, I mainly send that to the grave from the deck anyways by using Dragon Shrine or Foolish Burial. So I really don't summon him unless it's for defense, and I really absolutely have to. Then that's the main reason why I have Luster Dragon and Alexandria Dragon is for Prisma's effect and Dragon Shrine. I really don't have them in there for any other reason. I do summon them from time to time, and then I'll see summon Queen Dragon Jin, but that doesn't really happen because I most likely I like to pull out the Dragon Rulers and then summon Draco Sack, and then occasionally I do this like every duel as well. I also summon out Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons. So next up, you're gonna want to use your Photon Sanctuaries. For you can summon Blue Eyes Red Dragon that turn, or you can go ahead and special summon out Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Um, you don't really need Galaxy Eyes in this deck. You can switch him out for maybe Blue Eyes Shining Dragon if you really wanted to. But I just like to have him in here for Thunder and Dragon, or just because I think he's cool. I really like Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. I don't know why. He's just one of those cards that I like the art and stuff. Anyways, that's beside the point. Um, Obviously, you're gonna want to have Honest in here for its special ability, and most of these are light monsters anyways, so that really kind of gives you the boost there, and it makes your monsters pretty OP as well. So that's why I have Honest in there. Blue Eyes or Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, pretty self-explanatory. All you have to do is just banish a monster or dragon type monster, and then, or you can also tribute it, but most people like to banish a monster, and then you can also just keep on pulling monsters from your graveyard, especially summoning them onto the field, or from your hand. So that's also a big plus one for Red Eyes. And then, you can want to have some Dragon Rulers in there for Draco Sack, and for some of those combos I like to pull. Then I have Rescue Rabbit in here, mainly so I can, I don't see, I only have one in here, obviously because it's limited, and two because I really don't find an absolute need for them other than possibly to XC summon. Um, that's basically the only reason why I have Rescue Rabbit in the deck. You don't need him in the deck. You can switch him out for Blue Eyes Shining Dragon if you would like to, but I have him in the deck just because I occasionally like to XC summon Queen Dragon Jin. Then you're gonna want to have a Wingbeat of Giant Dragon. This card can, I think I said this earlier, used for a combo. So let's say you had, I want at least 4 Dragon type monsters that, let's say you had 3 of these and 1 of these in your grave, and you had Red Ox, for example. What you could do is you can banish, excuse me, let's say 2 of these, then summon him, then activate a Wingbeat of a Giant Dragon, and then get him back in your hand, and then you can go ahead and get rid of all the back row, and then you can go ahead and summon him again by banishing 2 cards. So that's one of the combos I like to do with this deck. I only did it once before. Like I said, one guy actually brought it up to me, and I didn't know what he was talking about at first, and then I kind of caught on, and I'm like, oh my god, this guy's a genius. So, this card comes in handy quite a bit as well. I might take possibly Rescue Rabbit out and put another one in. It's up to you. I might do that. That's just me, so you can go ahead and do whatever you want to this deck. Then you're going to want to have Burial from a Different Dimension, because you're going to be banishing some cards, and you can also possibly banish the 3 Blue Eyes, and then, get them back with Burial from a Different Dimension, then just go ahead and pop a Dragon Mirror for the Blue Eyes Ultimate, or for the 5-headed dragon. So, that's why I have Burial in there. It's a pretty okay card, actually, I think, especially since you're going to be banishing quite a bit with this deck as well. So I like to have that in there. Excuse me. Then you're going to want to have 1 Dark Hole. Self-explanatory. Just to destroy all monsters in the field. That's basically it. Then you're going to have 3 Dragon Shrines. One thing I like to do is send one of these cards to the grave, and then I'll then send him to the grave, Whitestone Legend to the grave. That's most of the time what I'll do. I might switch it up occasionally depending on what I have to do for the deck, but that's the only reason why. The Dragon Shrine is a pretty good card, actually. It allows you to basically pull out the Blue Eyes in 1 to 2 turns if you have 2 in your hand. So that's a pretty OP card, I would say. Then obviously Dragon's Mirror, because you're going to want to have 5-headed dragons, as well as you can special summon out Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon at some point if you somehow found 3 of these. So everyone's going to want to have a Dragon's Mirror in their deck. Then you're going to want to have 3 emergency calls just in case you didn't draw an elemental hero Prisma, you can just kind of pop one of these. I also like to use him for XE summons. So what I would do is I'd use him. I'd get rid of, let's say, a Blue Eyes because I want to get him all out of the deck. Then since he'll still be level 4, I might overlay him with Alexandra or Luster Dragon and pop a Jin. I don't really XE summon her and Emerald all that much. I have Emerald in here mainly so that I can special summon out Blue Eyes if I really wanted to. Like the same concept with the Dark Magician deck I had, but I really don't actually summon these two a lot. I mean, they're pretty good cards, but I don't summon them a lot. Um, to be honest, I kind of thought Emerald could be a good filler for the deck until I find a replacement for that. So if you can replace that card, by all means, go ahead. I just haven't exactly found a strategy that'll work with another card. So, anyways, let's get back to the deck. So I have one Foolish Burial. This is mainly so I can get rid of, let's say, take out a Dragon Ruler, and so I can special summon that, or get rid of a Voice Legend, and then I can get a Blue Eyes. Then you're gonna want Photon Sanctuaries in here. You could possibly put a third one in here. I mainly like to have these in here so that I can rather special summon out Galaxy Eyes, or normal summon out Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's the only reason why I have these two in here. They're actually pretty good with some strategies as well. You can also put them in a Photon deck and a Galaxy Eyes deck. So definitely a pretty good card. One of my favorites actually. Then you're going to have two polymerizations in this deck. Obviously you can't summon these two monsters without it, so you're going to want to have polymerizations in the deck. Then for the trap side, you went along and have two Phoenix Chains, two Mirror Forces, and one Solemn Warning. You can go ahead and replace these with any other battle traps you want. I know they recently took that out of the, what is it, semi-limit or something like that, and they recently took Mirror Force out, so you can now put 3 if you really wanted to. So you can go ahead, do whatever you want to the traps. You can add more, take some out, it doesn't really matter. This deck, I don't really, like I said, revolve around traps as much, because then if I really wanted to, I can just use a Wing Beat of Giant Dragon and just kind of get rid of the back row that way. So I really don't find traps too needed, other than you're basically, the only downside to that is you're basically undefended in your from attacks. So if you want, you can go ahead put some battle traps in there, or add more traps if you really wanted to. Maybe Magic Cylinder, or what was that one card? Absolute End. No, not Absolute End. There's this one card. Never mind. I'll probably think of it later. But you can just add cards to it. Whatever you want to this deck. Really. This is my version of a Blue Eyes deck. I actually have a couple versions as well. I think I showed you guys this. I have this one. Even though it's Blue Eyes deck, I still actually revolve around Dark Magician. I know that's quite not that much of a shocker. Dark Magician's like my favorite card ever. But with this one, I still, even though I have Blue Eyes in here and it's meant for Blue Eyes, I still pretty much revolve around Dark Magician most of the time. So this deck, I probably will also be doing a deck profile on this one as a second Blue Eyes deck, but this one actually works not as good, I want to say, because of this one. You don't need as much back row, and you can just kind of, Timaeus is basically OP once you get him out on the field. So this one works a little bit better. I will be doing a deck profile on this one later on, but I like this one just because it's strictly Blue Eyes White Dragon. So that's basically it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this. In the comment section below, please tell me if you'd like to see me do another deck profile of any other deck. I know I will be doing a deck profile of this deck I call Trapped Exodia, so I'll be doing a deck profile on that probably today or tomorrow. So look out for that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's see if we can get 5 likes for that Blue Eyes White Dragon, because everyone likes Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's basically an original card. It's like one of my favorite cards, right behind Dark Magician. So please like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and see you guys next time. This is Cameron from Yu-Gi-Oh! Warriors, signing out.